My 10:30 dogs are here. This morning I'm grooming a Maltese and a Poodle mix. But for the sake of time, we're only going to focus on the Maltese. This little guy is at the groomer's today, getting a bath and a haircut. I'm starting his grooming with shampoo and conditioner. And if you're wondering what he's standing on, I use a storage bucket with holes drilled in it for drainage. He's a great little dog. If I had to guess, I would say he's probably about 6 years old. He's been coming here since he was a puppy. Here's his roommate that he came here with. This little guy is a mixed breed dog, and he got a number 10 blade on his body and a 4 blade on his legs. And in case you're wondering, he has a tumor on his leg, and that's why it's bumping out at the shoulder. He actually has a couple tumors on his leg. That little guy is 16 years old. This little Maltese got bit by one of his owner's company's dog, if that makes sense. She had company and they brought their dog over, and he bit this guy right in the eye. So one side is eye boogers and the other side is a scab. So I'm using a human head lice comb to loosen up the eye boogers on the one side, but on the other side is actually a hard scab. And I'm just going to trim the hair from around it, but I'm going to leave that side alone. I like to blow dry the dogs for just a few minutes while they're in the tub, just to get all that water off, and then I finish drying them on the grooming table. If you like watching dog grooming videos, I make a video most days, so go ahead and hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified whenever I release a new video. I'm using a number 3 blade on him. It'll probably leave his hair a little bit less than an inch left. And in case you're wondering why his hair is blowing around, I'm also using a fan just to help him dry as we go. Because honestly, I hate blow drying dogs. And they don't like it either. So I usually just dry most of their body. Then I let the fan do my dirty work. I don't like blowing them in the face or on their ears, because they're never really too happy about it. I'm shaving the pads of his feet out because they grow hair between the toes. The pads of the feet get very hairy, and it'll grow right back after I shave it out. So we want to do this so his feet stay clean. I'm also shaving out his poo-poo area with a 10 blade and his belly and his pee-pee area, because when they pee all over their hair. A lot of dogs with long hair have matted tails because they sit on their tails all day and nobody's brushing them. So I always kind of assume their tails are matted even before I touch it. I'm using my thinning shears to thin his tail out so I don't have to pull so hard on his tangles when I brush it. Thinning shears do just what it sounds like. They thin out the hair. I'm using my straight scissors to trim up along the bottom of his tail. And I'm also using a 7 blade to shave the inside of his back legs. That's pretty short, but like I said, it helps keep them clean under here when they go to the bathroom. His owner asked me to shave his chest and his whole belly out, so that's what I'm doing, shaving it all out under here, and I'm going to guess it's because he pees all over his hair. He's a great little dog once you get him away from his owner, but when he gets here, you can hear him pull up. He's out there screaming and barking and having a fit. But as soon as she drops him off and walks away, he's a perfect little angel. He's also getting his nails cut while he's here today. Shaving a little bit more off his chest. As you can clearly see, I'm trimming up his legs and his feet and cutting more of his nails. If you happen to be a dog groomer, what is your favorite dog to groom? If I had to pick, I could easily groom Yorkies and Malteses all day long. They are super easy to me. He's getting his nails dremelled. These little dogs have super sharp nails after they're cut. I'm using the same blade on his body. I'm using a 3-blade on his body, on the top of his head, and down the sides of his face. It's all the same length, and then I'm going to come back and trim up his face nice and short. I'm also using my curved scissors to trim up his eyes so he can see again. I'm shaving out his ear holes so I can see what I'm doing when I clean them out. And I'm coming back in with my lice comb. See if I can remove these eye boogers a little bit more. Then I'm going to shave out the crusties. And like I said, I'm going to leave that one side alone. I'm just going to trim the hair away from the scab. You can see he's got a big piece of hair missing on the back of his ear. His owner probably cut out of that. I'm using my chunkers to blend in the top of his ears to his head. A lot of long-haired dogs actually pull their beard hair in their mouth with their tongue, and it can get wrapped around their teeth. It's actually very common. So I'm trimming out this hair from the front of his mouth. I'm using my thinning shears to blend his face in, and we are all ready. I'm spraying on some conditioner and wiping off the loose hairs with a fragrance-free baby wipe, and wiping out the corners of his eyes with a little bit of water. Look at this dog's tail. He knows he's ready. They all know when they're ready. They must know what a bandana is, because every time I get it out, they get excited. I'm also holding his collar, and he can smell it, but still, he knows he's done. I do have an Etsy shop with my handmade dog bandanas on it. As of today, I only have 2. I'm working on getting more, but I'm super busy grooming dogs and making videos, but there will be more on there to come. I have 2 different kinds of slip over the collar bandanas in 6 sizes. I'm just picking and picking and picking, getting a little bit more of those hairs out of the corners of his eyes. I think he turned out super cute. Almost done. Okay. Okay, you're all done.